lovely Thursday morning, December 19th, 2024. 11 days or 12 days to the end of the year. Thanks for always for standing by us. We love you. We appreciate you. We thank you as always. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Miss Gladys Oyabo, always watching from Los Angeles, US. She stays awake. Thanks for always standing by us. Kinjo Ogba, Switzerland. Thanks so much. Mr. Olasu coming from Welling, UK. Each and every one of you, we love you. Thanks for always staying on Flip TV. Talking about bystanders at the newsstand. We have resumed duty this morning. We say thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. Thanks so much for coming. Let me start by reading from the headlines of the major newspaper this morning. Bad news. Over 30 feared death. Scores injured at Ibadan children fun fair tragedy. I saw the videos yesterday on Twitter. Children, end of the year party, and over 30 of them were dead. More are in the hospitals in Ibadan. And as of yesterday, the Oyo State government has arrested the woman that did the party. She was a former Olori of the Oni of Ife. I'm talking about the Queen of the Oni. She organized the party. Over 30 children were dead yesterday at the party. But that's a very, very sad news yesterday. And they are so rest in peace. So the woman has been arrested by the police. Inflation to slide to 15% next year, says Tinubu. That should be a good news. As he presents 49.7 trillion 2025 budget, defense, infrastructure, health, education, top priorities. These are on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Nigeria target 3.89 deficit, 34.8 trillion revenue. NAS extends life to 2024 budget to 2025 June. We're talking about June 2025. Budget anti-people PDP is saying Edo Council Chairman De Okpebolo vows to continue till expiration of tenure. That's according to the Tribune newspaper this morning. Vanguard is saying 7 reasons. Vanguard is here this morning. Nigeria-Ghana election compared. 7 reasons beavers may never work in Nigeria. Investigation. How Afari Gyan, chairman of Ghana's Electoral Commission, served integrity from 1993 to 2015. Nigeria owes him a lot, Professor Jega. Nigeria disregard constitution in appointing INEC chairmen, commissioners. The legacy President Tinubu can bequeath to Nigeria. That's according to the Vanguard this morning. We agreed on sale of 20% stake on 2.76 billion Dangote. That's Dangote Refinery is saying this morning. Tax reform bills. Those who didn't understand bills are loudest critics. Akpabio. Many children feared death during Stampede at Ibadan Carnival. That's according to Vanguard this morning. Nigeria's 42 billion external reserves can finance 9 months import. CBN 2025. Tinubu 634.82 trillion revenue to fund 4.97 trillion budget. That's according to Vanguard this morning. Council chairman fought suspension by Edo House of Assembly. FG plans to improve power supply with $750 million bank loan. What bank loan? Vanguard. I have left Vanguard this morning. I have with me here Daily Trust. The bad news continues. Scores of children feared dead in Ibadan Carnival Stampede. Parents demand release of corpses. Organizers arrested. 2025 budget is saying security gets lion's share. Gobs 4.5 trillion in 5 years. Onions eat 250,000 naira per bag. Bad news again. Farmers later blame flooding inflation. CBN restricts POS transaction to 1.2 million naira daily transaction. 100,000 for customers. That's according to Daily Trust this morning. PDP crisis. North Central leaders meet in Abuja. It's on chairmanship. That's according to Daily Trust. The Nation is here this morning. The Nation says customs stop VAT payment on CNG, domestic gas. Leadership row rocks office of Akata General of Federation. The Nation is saying the bad news again. Title feared dead in Ibadan Stampede. Economy rapidly responding to reform stimulus. Tinubu is saying That should be a good news. And for information, Tinubu is in Lagos. AGF, according to the Punch, my last one today, Punch is here. AGF to meet Senate panel on tax reform bills today. PSC, that's Police Service Commission, promotes over 8,000 police officers. Cash scarcity, OPS force CBN with limit on withdrawals. Ibadan forfeit tragedy, Ooni ex-wife, others face probe as her two children feared death. UCH, 2 others confirm 16 deaths. Makinde vows justice. Sympathize with parents. Gridlock grounds Lagos Ibadan expressway as driver dies in crash. Bad news. The good news should be FG plans 30 trillion loan as Tinubu presents 497.7 trillion to 25 budget. I have finished reading from the major headlines of the paper this morning. Before I invite my first reviewer this morning, last week I spoke about the 17-year-old boy that stole fowl that was sentenced to death. Olusegun stole fowl in 2010. He was sentenced to death for stealing a fowl here in Nigeria. But yesterday, the governor of Osun State, he has overturned the death sentence that was given to Segun, who stole a fowl as a 17-year-old boy in 2010. It has been overturned by the Oyo State governor yesterday. That's Governor Adeleke. In Nigeria, if you steal a fowl, you are going to be sent to life to death. If you steal yams, 3 years imprisonment. If you steal phones, 30 years imprisonment. If you steal 80 billion, you can go scot-free. That's where we find ourselves this morning. Yesterday again, China executed the man that stole $40.7 million. He was killed yesterday in China. If that man was in Nigeria, the church will give him a title, the mosque will give him a title, and the society, they will make him a chief. That's where we find ourselves in Nigeria. Can we continue like this? I cannot say. If you are watching, kindly click on that like button. Like I say, drop your comments. Let us have our first reviewer this morning. I want to continue from yesterday's topic about Mr. Shendu was not here this morning. Let me have him here this morning. The reason was that he was not here yesterday when Soludo said yesterday that releasing of Nnamdi Kanu will not bring peace in, or may not bring peace to Southeast. So let me have Mr. Shendu this morning. Let him come and do justice to that topic this morning. Mr. Chinedu, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Now, over the course of yesterday, I want to start from there. Because we were not there yesterday. Professor Chukwuma Soludo, who was former CBN chairman under President Olusegun Obasanjo, who is now the incumbent governor of Anambra State, he said the release of Nnamdi Kanu may not bring peace to Southeast in Nigeria. Mr. Chinedu, what do you have to say concerning that statement from the incumbent governor of Anambra State? Good morning.
Good morning. Yes. I don't want to take it from the angle of the headline. That was a bit, critical. Let me put it that way. But looking at what the governor was trying to say, it tells a lot of stories about the present situation in the entire eastern part of the country. So you cannot talk about insecurity in the eastern part of the country without looking at what bred the insecurity. Nnamdi Kanu is still a factor in restoring total tranquility in that region. The federal government themselves, under Buhari, led and masterminded the issues that we are having today in terms of insecurity. Having understood that there's no court anywhere in the world that can try Nnamdi Kanu simply because of the agitation for the restoration of Biafra. And they saw him as a very big consequences on their own side. And by so doing, they went as far as, going to the extent of manipulating, kidnapping, and that is where we found Nnamdi Kanu today. Doing that, what do they actually? People will see it as injustice to Nnamdi Kanu. People will just see it as injustice to the Igbo nation. People will see it as injustice, as a deliberate attack on the Biafrans. And that was what engineered the insecurity. If Soludo, in his honesty and wisdom, is saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release would not breach insecurity in the eastern part of the country, what does that tell you? It tells you that the government themselves are involved.
The government themselves are involved?
Yes. Either by omission or by commission, they are involved. What I expected the Eastern governors to be doing now is to continue the advocacy for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is what they are supposed to be saying. Release him, like he said. Let us see whether issues of insecurity will be thing of the past in the eastern part of the country. You cannot continue to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there with overwhelming followers, and you say that all will be well, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any offense, and that is why there's no court anywhere, including Nigeria, that can try him. So that bred insecurity.
So now, like I said, all our viewers, if you are watching, kindly click on that like button, like what you are doing here. Drop your comments. It's an interactive session, so that we can ask our reviewers questions. Then we go back and forth. But then, let me start by asking this question this morning. Mr. Alliance of CTAS, they dropped it, so I want to ask those questions. He said, number one, dear Governor Soludo, he was asking a question. Have you disarmed your political thugs? Do you think that there are political thugs in Anambra State?
Not only in Anambra State, there's political thugs everywhere. It's not only Anambra State. And there are also opposition political thugs who are not comfortable with whoever that is at the helm of affairs, and they can also feast on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu and cause insecurity. That is on the other angle. Then secondly, but the main bone of contention why Soludo should not be seen making such a statement, because a lot of people will misunderstand it to mean that you do not want Nnamdi Kanu's release. The center of advocacy should be release Nnamdi Kanu, then the issue of insecurity will be dealt with. Knowing fully well that Nnamdi Kanu commands so much influence, including the governors. Nnamdi Kanu commands influence on them. Senator, there's no politician in that region that is not under the influence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So his release, we know, his words, his command and order. There's no how Nnamdi Kanu will be released that all those people having deep reservations and using it will not come down. If they will not, Nnamdi Kanu knows what to do. He knows what to say. He knows how to pacify them. Then if we sense that there's continuity of that, then we know that already the government is bent on making sure that the economy of that region is devastated. Buhari himself knows very well that illegality carried out against Nnamdi Kanu will cause insecurity. There's no how.
So now the person is still asking that Mr. Alliance CEO of CATA 9475 is asking that who is in charge of late Senator Ifeanyi Uba's armed men?
Okay, nobody, whatever we are talking about arms men in that region. Don't forget that politicians always have their way in terms of trying to make sure that they muzzle down or they instigate or they put a certain fear on the people who are seen as major oppositions to their ambition. There's no doubt about that. But it always has, a time frame. We normally see this thing at the peak of, electioneering period. But this thing has been there for over years now. As long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still there, every other thing that has to do with insecurity is built around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continuous illegal detention. And like he has always said, let the government do the needful, release him, then let us see whether the issue of insecurity will be something of the past. Currently now, there is so much anger in the entire region because, one, the presence of the military is also annoying. At every checking point, at every corner, you see how the entire region is deeply militarized.
And I'm asking this question, the checkpoints in the southeast of Nigeria, what is the aim and purpose of those checkpoints? Is it for insecurity or what?
It's not for insecurity, it's this show of conquest. It's this show that, the Biafran war has not ended. It still shows that, that the Igbo region is still under suppression and oppression when the Igbos themselves cannot walk freely. They cannot be able to carry out, their normal daily activities without any form of breach. You see the military checkpoint everywhere. So is it like that in other regions? If it is, it will have been concentrated on the area where we are having serious insurgency, especially in the north, or be used against Fulani herdsmen killing people. Igbos does not have such record of taking away life. They don't have it. The people are simply annoyed over the wicked treatment given to them by the Nigerian system. And what you are seeing there is resistance in any form they feel that they can be able to achieve that they are not under any conquest. And the campaign to make sure that those areas are demilitarized has not been able to be carried out by the federal government. So they are aware, they know what they intend to achieve, but thank God for the resilient spirit of the Igbo people. When they sensed it, they cancelled the issue of sit at home. When they sense a lot of things, they be able to, see how they came together and be able to put down some certain policies that the government themselves are leveraging on to continue to make sure that the Igbo economy goes down. Their target is always the Igbo economy.
Then, if you say their target is Igbo economy, why must it be so?
The growing influence of the Igbo people in terms of wealth creation, in terms of economy, in terms of commerce, in terms of industrialization, most regions other part of the world country see it as a threat, including the federal government. They are not too comfortable over the overwhelming economic influence of the Igbos in Nigeria. And by so doing, they make sure that everything, goes down. Look at the case of Airpeace. So what happened? When Airpeace was about to come up, no government, no senator, no governor was able to give Airpeace a chance. But just one person, Fidelity Bank, was able to provide all the necessary financial funding for Airpeace to start. But today, Airpeace, Nigeria is benefiting from Airpeace. That's the essence of what the fate of what they are trying to achieve. But unfortunately, the more they try to bring down the economy of the eastern part of the country, and of course the economy of Igbos anywhere in Nigeria, the more they met brick wall. So it has come to a point that when they have assessed all these things, they decided to carry certain form of illegality. And one of those illegality is the way and manner Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and brought back to Nigeria.
Mr. Abraham Akombi, good morning, sir. And like I said, all of you, this is an interactive program, so kindly drop your comment here. If you drop your comment, I'm going to read it, and our reviewers are going to react to it. So kindly drop your comment. Mr. Abraham Akombi, God bless you. Good morning. All of you that are watching, good morning. Kindly drop your comment. It's an engaging program. So, and like I said, click on that like button, like what you are doing. If you're liking, you are bringing other people to come and benefit of what you are seeing or what you are watching here. Click on your like button, let other people come and benefit. Now, Mr. Abraham Akombi is asking a question. He said, is there any part of Nigeria that is industrialized?
How would you, what is the assessment of that? I'm talking about, what the vice president said before, and what the former president also said, and what is the understanding and sentiment about, the most industrious and industrialized people in Nigeria. That's what I'm talking about. How can you say a country like Nigeria is industrialized, or any part of the country is industrialized, when you know that, we don't have the natural energy to sustain industrialization? And even if you are going to sustain industrialization in Nigeria, it is only the Igbos that have the capacity to do that. So on personal effort, they have been able to achieve some level of justification in terms of making sure that Nigeria maintain a macro industrialization. The Igbos has been able to show that they are capable of doing that. I'm talking about industrialization. I'm talking about the individuals, regions, who are bent on making sure that they are able to sustain their individual economies. And we must give it to Igbo in that regard. If there's any part of the country that is industrialized, well, I do not know about that. But if we are talking about people, tribes who have tried as much as possible to, create that impact, the prowess to put certain level of, significant campaign for adequate industrialization in any part of the world, a country, we must give it to Igbos. That is what I'm saying in that regard.
So, Mr. Abraham Akombi seems to disagree with you this morning. He's saying that Igbos are not industrialized, that Igbos are traders, and what he's saying that the trading almost comes from how do I put it? We import them. That means they have no added value to Nigeria. Let me read it. Precious Ikedi, good morning. Ebo da flip to you. God bless you. Precious Ikedi, good morning. Ikenaya Amajoya, I hope I pronounce that name very correct. Mr. Ikenna, good morning to everybody. Good morning, Mr. Ikenna. Thanks for watching. Like I said, kindly click on your like button and notification. We are here from Mondays to Saturdays. Even on Christmas Day, we'll be here. So kindly stay with us. Let me ask him the last question here. He's saying before we go to the other, how about other political parties' opponents in APC, PDP, Labour Party, and their armed thugs? Have they surrendered? Number 5 is that have you considered with victims of political thuggery seeking revenge? So how does Charles Soludo comes? Well, this person made 5 points, and I've read it. He's talking about how about political opponents in APC, PDP, and Labour Party, and their armed thugs have they surrendered?
Let me just make it very clearly. Somebody was just questioning that Igbos are just traders. And I want to, in all honesty, disagree with him. They are importers. Also, yes, agreed. They trade, agreed. Then, looking at the other angle of it, maybe he has not had the opportunity to visit the eastern part of the country to be able to have an on-the-spot assessment. What I mean by manufacturing and industrialization. How do industrialization comes about? Industrialization comes as a result of micro manufacturing, micro production. You cannot say there's any other region in this part of the country that have such tendencies apart from the Igbos, especially those who are bent on. There's nothing you will see here that have been brought abroad that cannot be fabricated in the eastern part of the country. We saw most of them like innocent. There are many of them there that we cannot be able to mention their names there. So on that note, Igbos are already on that path, whether anybody accepts it, or not. Most of the things you see that flood around the country today in terms of manufacturing are being produced by the Igbos. So that is part of industrialization I'm talking about. So on the other note, yes, there is thuggery in the country everywhere, not only in Anambra State. There's no state that does not have political thugs. It exists everywhere, but that is not the issue. We understand how thuggery, works. How the thuggery works? It has a period of time when it will no longer be relevant. But when we are talking about consistent insecurity in a region, you cannot tell me that what is happening in Bronu and in another part of the country are politically motivated. There's insecurity in that region. So what you are seeing in the eastern part of the country is as a result of first injustice done on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is what we are looking at. That until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, then we'll be able to have another assessment whether his release will bring about security in that part of the country, region.
Mr. Ola Adewale, good morning from ATL, the Peak State. Good morning to you, Mr. Ola Adewale. I don't know why I last commenting in Yoruba, but thank God that I can read Yoruba very well. Ṣebí ohun tí aláìmọ̀kan fi ń ṣara ẹ̀ ló pọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ Nàìjíríà àbí I don't like commenting in Yoruba. Thank God I can read that. I can read Yoruba very well.
Okay.
I know which is good. I can read it out and I can interpret it. So this man is abroad, but it seems that he has lost hope in Nigeria. Every time what always comment is always on that. But is there hope for Nigeria?
I don't think there is. If there is hope, we would have known it. Nigerians would have known it. Nigeria is just been enduring. They are just enduring the so-called unity. Nigeria will not survive it a long time. What every Nigerian is passing through is as a result of, there's nothing I can do. I wish I have an option. But those options will come.
Because we talk about this very soon. I spoke this morning about the issue of Mr. Segun. Mr. Segun was a 17-year-old boy. 2010, he stole a fowl and he was sentenced to he was sentenced to prison. Now, over the course of last week, he was sentenced to death. A boy stole a chicken and a egg. He was sentenced to death. But thank God that the current governor of Osun State, he has now revoked the sentence. He said no. How can somebody steal a chicken, a fowl, and I was sentenced to death? Yesterday, we saw in China the man that reportedly embezzled $40 million. He was hanged. That means he had been killed now in China. What is the way forward for our country if we have a judicial system that seems okay? Over the course of the weekend, over 1,000 Yahoo boys, so-called Yahoo boys, they were allegedly arrested in Lekki area of Lagos. But you see our politicians working about 80 billion, 1 trillion, 500 billion, and nothing is being done to them. What does that say about our judicial system in Nigeria?
It tells you that the system is deeply corrupt. That is one. Two, I must say kudos to the governor of Osun State, Governor Adeleke, for coming, for allowing the human spirit to play out by rescuing the boy that was alleged to have stolen a fowl and was sentenced to death. Thank God the governor intervened, and I believe it will be reversed and that issue looked into, and the boy rehabilitated, given an opportunity of a lifeline. But away from that, talking about the judiciary, let me just make it very clearly. Like they always say, the law is for the rich. The consequences of the law is for the poor.
The law is for the rich. Consequences of the law is for the poor.
It's for the poor. When you see them stealing funds and all that, and they can hardly be sentenced to death, it's because our constitution is also another problem. If we're able to be more decisive and be able to bring out any type of law that will make sure that anybody that made away with public fund will be put into life imprisonment. I'm against anybody, taking away life, because of corruption. But what I'm saying is that, there should be a mechanism, a law that empowers any victim of public fund to be sent to life imprisonment without any form of bail.
Johnny Wise Ezenwa Wiseau. Good morning, Mr. Wiseau. Mr. Chukwe Jukunwewu, so sad. Good morning too. He said that no hope for Nigeria, no future. Nigeria is like a beautiful car without engine and tires. These are his own opinion. Mr. Boyama said Nigeria is on the way to industrialization. Mr. Oladewale continued, said, tó ń ṣe abóyadé gbogbo ilé ló ń ṣe. Lọ́wọ́ ẹlẹ́yà òmẹ̀yà àbí. Now he continued to say that we can't continue this kind of tribalism that we are still doing. Do you think that Nigeria can move away from tribalism?
Okay, we cannot move away from tribalism until we separate, we go our separate ways. There's nothing like tribalism where who is going to everybody knows what is happening in Nigeria. When you talk about all these things and you are seeing it clearly, and you say it's a must, we must move away from tribalism. Who told you that? We can't move away from tribalism. And that's the reason why the Nigeria has to go their separate ways. Everybody has to go their separate ways. I'm an advocate of that. 24 hours, any day, anytime. I am advocating that the international community will look into the issue, the ECOWAS, the AU, will look into this issue and make sure that Nigeria is balkanized.
Mr. Chinedu, you have always, this is your opinion, but you have never.
It's not about opinion. What is the evidence that we are Nigerian? Is there any evidence that we are citizens of this country? Tell me the evidence. Where an Igbo man cannot become president, and you said we are one. That's nothing like that. And on that basis and some other factors are the reason why we must go our separate ways. Nobody wants to stay in his house and allow Fulani herdsmen to come and kill Nobody want to go to his farm and be killed because of you want somebody to be to worship with you, to be part of your religion. It has continued. Nobody has come out to stop it till this moment. Government could not be able to stop Boko Haram. Nobody has able to stop that up to this moment. It has continued unchecked, and a lot of people are there encouraging it and seeing it as a norm.
So Mr. Johnny Wise said, Nigeria's like a basket that all citizens are trying to fill it with water. Do you agree with that?
Of course, for how long will they continue to fill it? For over 104 years of Nigerian existence, they have not been able to fill a basket of water. What does that tell you? It tells you that a lot of things is going on. A lot of things that we don't understand is going on.
So let me have you on today's topic. Yesterday, at the National Assembly, we saw President Bola Ahmed Tinubu probably made a mistake. He said, "I'm presenting this budget to you as the 11th Assembly." They corrected him. They said it was the 10th Assembly. Now said, "Oh, I wrote 11 there. All of you, it means that all of you are re-elected." It has caused controversy and everything. What does that mean for Nigerian democracy if a president can say that all elected representatives are being elected even though there is no election?
No, but we should bear the consequences of illegality. That is it. Whatever is being told, we must accept it, because that is what Nigerians wanted, and they should go for it. This is not the first time we are seeing all manner of calamity, on our side and on the executive position that should be seen as reserved, a position reserved for intellectuals, a position reserved for leadership, a position reserved for people who have cut across all dynamics of life and know what to do at the right time. How would a president come to present a budget and he doesn't know what he's presenting? It's an embarrassment. And this is not the first time. We continue to experience it because that is what Nigerians demanded and that is what they got. So this kind of national and international embarrassment will continue until the day will come Nigeria will say no to all this and be able to know what to do at the right time. As simple as that. When we say it, a lot of people say we are tribalistic, we are this, but people forget that it does not take tribalism to be objective. You don't have to be a tribalist to be objective. Objectivity can breed good leadership.
Okay.
Objectivity can create an atmosphere where good governance can come into play. But when people begin to look at the other angle that, let us manage it. Let us go along with it. After all, he's my brother. After all, he's my relation. After all, he's from this tribe. Then we continue to have repeatedly of this kind of calamity often and on.
Okay, thanks so much for coming, Mr. Chinedu. I have to give you more time because of, because obviously, let me have Mr. Olajide this morning.
Good morning.
Okay, let me have you this morning. Let's start. It's a very, very, very sad news. I'll be having passed after Mr. Olajide, or he's going somewhere. But it's a very, very sad news. Yesterday in Ibadan, 32 children were killed. They were doing end of year party and there was a stampede. 32 human beings, they are human beings, but they are children. They were killed yesterday in Ibadan. The good news is that those organizers have been arrested. And one of them was the former wife or the former Olori of the Ooni of Ife. They have been arrested by the Oyo State government. What do you have to say concerning this repeated thing that keep happening in Nigeria?
Well, this is not the first time that has happened. We can even see, surely, it's happened with federal government institutions. I remember this year when the custom said they wanted to share, they wanted to sell rice, I think confiscated rice from smugglers at their headquarters in Yaba. Among the dead were pregnant women. There was Stampede. Last year, under Jonathan administration, when I think it's immigration. Yes, it was immigration. Is it custom immigration that wanted to do recruiting? They asked people to assemble at National Stadium. There was Stampede. people were stamped to death. And it has happened all across the country. Why has that happened? Why is that so? It's simply because there's poor crowd management. If you are organizing anything for the masses, if you are showing humanitarian concern for people, that you cater for them, you want to bring succor to their life, you want to offer a kind of assistance to them, it's not bad idea. It's good. That is out of you are being generous to the, that's you are giving back to your community. You are giving back to humanity. It's a good development. It's a good gesture that we should emulate. We should thank those who conceive such idea. But the issue is that, what is your plan? What is your preparation towards that? What is the plan you put in place to checkmate, to control, and make sure that everything go orderly? We don't record any casualty. You don't record any tragedy at the end of the exercise. That's what we should be talking about. And what I consider as negative of that development was that the people who organized it did not have good proper crowd control mechanism in place. I don't know. I'm not into their inner workings of how this has happened. But let me talk on some things like I've spoken about this morning. What is the amount of goodies they are prepared for those whom they invited, those who were expected? If they make provision for about 5,000, before they start deploying that thing, what is the arrangement they put in place to make sure everybody sits, peacefully? They are in order before that thing is being brought out and before it starts being given to them. These are the things they have to look into. If you have 5,000 provision, what's the number of people that are already on ground now, and how have you arranged them, organized them to properly sit and so that they can be easily be ministered to? These are things that shall be put into place. Not that if you just saw people, you now brought out something, as you start sharing, people will get up from their seats, they will surge at you, they will run at you, they will run after you and want to be running over one another to get it. But you must make sure you put a good arrangement in place so that before you start bringing out anything at all, people you want to give it to must be properly seated, must be controlled. You must control it. There must not be crowd surging at you. If without making sure they have been properly seated, you don't bring out anything at all to give to them. Make sure you don't bring anything at all to give to them. So that's what you should do. But the people themselves, they didn't take note of all this. They allowed the crowd to overwhelm them. You never bring anything. It's better just go home with your something. If you know they are not, you cannot organize them. Don't bring anything at them. Once you cannot organize them to sit properly, sit orderly. Don't bring out anything. Nothing must be given. Until you make sure they are well seated, organized, properly organized, and checkmated and controlled, and make sure they remain in stable position before. And make sure you are even distributing. It must be from one row to the other. It must never join one row. It must never have anybody who is setting up to come to you to say want to get anything. These are steps that must be put in place. Proper crowd control before you give out anything. That's what I thought is a problem. And made the crowd to surge at them and fall over each other to get this that caused stampede. So, in a proper situation whereby they have been properly controlled, there won't be such thing at all.
So let's talk about the yesterday's event at the National Assembly. We saw, for example, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was in National Assembly at the House of Representatives. So yesterday, when he was presenting the budget, maybe he made a mistake. He was saying that I present this to the 11th Assembly. Probably they corrected him. They said 10th Assembly. Now said, okay, all of you, it means that all of you have been re-elected, and they clapped. End of the day, National Assembly, they all stood up and they were singing, on your mandate we shall stand. at the National Assembly. I'm talking about House of Rep yesterday, where they had a joint session of the National Assembly over the budget presentation. What does that mean for Nigeria as a country?
See, this is not the first time we have our elected leaders not getting their onions, not having right information about the situation of things. He said that's the 11th Assembly. National Assembly corrected him. No, they corrected him to be what? Do they correct him that? Did they correct him that they are 12th or 13th or they are 10th? What's the two?
It was 10. They corrected me, say it was the 10th. He now said that means all of you have been re-elected.
Oh,
That he intentionally wrote it as 10.
Okay. If Mr. President has turned to the Nigerian who determine the mandate of our elected people, what gives Mr. President that all of them will be re-elected? It's a misplacement of reality of our leaders. How can Mr. President be saying he has concluded that they will be elected? He has described them. That's a reasonable matter now. It's a reasonable matter as far as I'm concerned. How you come to realization to the issue that they have been re-elected? What do you mean by that? I've not gone through the mandates. I've not secured the mandates of the people. The 10th National Assembly. It is the 11th. The 11th will have been as a result of them being re-elected. That's Nigerians have given them their mandate. But that has not happened. We are already usurping authority of Nigerians. Nigeria have not given them the 11th mandate. We are saying they are already 11th National Assembly elected people. How did they come about that? That's a reasonable fellow. That's a reasonable. It's time he has ruled. He has even rule out Nigerians, power of franchise to relate, to give mandate to people. That's what he has done. It's a wrong statement by Mr. President. I think he needs apology to Nigerians that, Nigerians, I'm sorry. You are the one that's supposed to have given them the mandate, the 11th mandate. It's not my own prerogative to do that. And I'm sorry to Nigerians. It's wrong of Mr. President to have done that. It's good that President that they are just 10th National Assembly. They are not yet 11th. They have not been elected. They have not been given that mandate. Nigeria have not given that mandate. They corrected him. And to him say from the president to say if the everyday roads there, it's an offence on his part. It's an insult to Nigerians for him to have done that. To even confess that they have been elected. I did come about the word that they have been elected. I've been giving them our mandate for the 11th time. We have not done that.
So finally, let's talk about 2025 budget again. Security gets lion's share, gobs 14.5 trillion in 5 years. What do you want to see now that we are having lots of money being allocated to security in Nigeria? What do you want to see?
What I want to see is that security shouldn't have gotten that greatest.
But we are facing high level of insecurity.
It's caused by it's personally caused. We are not inflicted by security. We personally caused it by ourselves. What I expected to have taken lion's share of the budget would have been capital expenditure, provision basic amenities that will make life meaningful to Nigerians, not wasting money on insecurity that we cause by ourselves. We cause insecurity by ourselves. Past government contributed heavily to that security by taking side with an organization called Fulani Herdsmen who went about unleashing terror all around the country. So that caused about a lot of people leaving their community, leaving the camp. So it's a situation that we cause by ourselves. So I didn't support the president to have devoted greatest percentage of the budget to that. Rather, it should have been to infrastructural development, bringing succor to Nigerians, bringing pushing effect measures on Nigerians that will reduce this current hardship we're experiencing. Insecurity can be managed better than the way we are managing it. If they deploy security to the locality of our different neighborhood, if they make people to be conscious of themselves, because security of themselves, deploy security to the locality, to the indigenous level of our country. Make this locality to become security conscious and be the one that will control, segment this insecurity. Insecurity will come down instead of just going to the higher level of federal state thinking that's where security can be tackled. It can be tackled from the lowest local level, then come up. You get me? See, insecurity can be tackled from the lowest level of our environment, so that each locality is being encouraged to manage security as its locality. If urban area is encouraged, urban residents is encouraged to handle security in the area, I'm telling you there will be better security instead of looking at security to be handled at federal government level alone. Even those neighborhoods where those local Boko Haram, those Lakurama, and the rest of them, bandits and co, are terrorizing them. If they encourage the local residents of that area, if they form them into formidable security conscious organization, they will protect their locality better than army from military headquarters. But instead of government to do that, they didn't do that. They are considering security at the central level. They are expecting somebody from Abuja to come and police me here in Yagba here. When they should have mobilized Ogba residents, Ogba indigenous into local security network that will better protect the area better than coming from far off. So that's why our security did not improve. So just putting more money at the highest level of government, in the name of protecting security, as far as this budget is concerned, is counterproductive. Rather that budget should have seen higher capital, more percentage devoted to capital expenditure that will bring infrastructural development to Nigeria and bring programs and medicines that will change, that will reduce current suffering hardship Nigeria is going through. That is a misstatement of yes.
Okay, thank you so much for coming, sir. Okay. Let me have Evangelist Benjamin Ezesinachi, then I'm going to have you and Mr. Good morning, Evangelist Ben.
Good morning.
Where do I start from? Let me allow you talk about the reactions that came through yesterday from this man about he's asking yesterday after our program. He said he was asking Governor Soludo, have you disarmed, talking about what Soludo said, that releasing Nnamdi Kanu may not bring peace to the southeast. He said that, have you disarmed your political talks? He's asking Dr. Soludo. What do you have to say about it? Let's start with that.
Yeah, I greet everyone. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. The Igbos, the Yorubas, all Nigerians in diaspora, both local and international. God will bless you all in the name of Jesus. Now I want to proceed, just like what I stated yesterday. If Soludo says that the reason Nnamdi Kanu will not bring what? Peace in the southeast, that means Soludo should be brought to question. Just look at what this my brother is saying here. Soludo have not disarmed the political talks, and that is what is telling us indirectly that he have not disarmed them. That even though if you free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that the talks that they are still using will continue their evil activities in the southeast. That he himself is benefiting for what is going on in the southeast, and that is it. Because those people that are carrying out those evil in the southeast, we are the political talks. Remember what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. He said they are benefiting. Free me in 2 days, there will be peace in the southeast. And he said even if you free that means they have their political talks whom they are using to make money in their own purse. That's why the Nigerian government allow Punch and every newspaper in Nigeria to publish how much kidnappers have generated into the purse of their masters. Are you getting it? 2.2 trillion in a year. Has Dangote ever made such profit in a year? Even as a businessman, #1 richest in Africa. No, let's be realistic. That means, like I said before, all these politicians need to be checkmate seriously. If Nigeria needs peace, if you want insecurity to stop today, let all the politicians be checkmate seriously. If you stop politicians, you will stop what? Insecurity. Because these politicians, all those thugs, who give them gun? Where did they get money to acquire gun? Who provide them bullets? Why is it that those bullets and guns, up to today, Nigerian government is not doing anything, neither are they saying anything concerning it? That is to tell you that should be held responsible for all that is happening, for the insecurity that is happening in Nigeria. I love the question. He has not disarmed them, and that is why he made the statement which he has made. Thank you.
So we are looking at the fact that, let me continue with the question. Okay, Mr. Oladewale, good morning, but I'm going to let him answer. But him, let's talk to you about it. I'm going to answer him. Okay. Stay with me, Mr. Lawrence. Stay with me here. You have to have pastor. Let me ask the second question. He's saying that who is in charge of late Senator Ifeanyi Uba's armed men?
You asked a very good question. Ifeanyi Uba is no more alive, but he has boys. Even before IPOB, ECN, he has boys.
But I don't know them.
You don't need to know them. You understand? Uba has boys. Before if ECN was formed, Uba has boys. Okay, let me tell you. Remember in 1999, was it 99 or a second tenure? The second tenure of former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, whereby Ngige, yes, it was in second tenure 2003, whereby Ngige became the governor of Anambra State. Do you know that Ngige was out of office, was kidnapped for 3 good months?
Who kidnapped him?
By Oba family. By Oba family. Oba family kidnapped Ngige for 3 good months. That is to tell you that some men, Jagabas in Anambra State, boss, they told him categorically that they are the one that put him there. So he should comply with them because Ngige was trying to prove stubborn.
Mr. Ozo Obinwa is saying, we never see anything. What do you want to see again? Look at Lagos in this is how many days to Christmas? Look at how Lagos is. What do you want to see again in Nigeria? Like I said, if you are watching, click on that like button, share what you are doing so that others can benefit. So continue.
So before and as at that time, nobody, I will not say nobody, many people today, the followers of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not even know Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Not to talk of ECN. But such set of group of men were already in existence with their talks. Now Oba is dead. Maybe these ones now, Anambra governor, Soludo, will now add them with the ones he already had. That was why he made that statement. Are you hearing me? That was why he made this statement. Even if you free Mazen, how many will Mazen Nnamdi Kanu stop? Kanu will stop the people, his own men, his own followers. These are the people he can talk to. These are the people that he can address. And these are the people he can stop. That's what Soludo is trying to tell you. But those men of his own people will continue to carry out the activities, the evil activities in the southeast. I said Nigerian politicians need to be checkmated. And I want to use this opportunity. The Western world, you the Western world people, you people are part of what is happening in this country because you people are encouraging Nigerian politicians. And that is why I love somebody like Donald Trump. It is time to deport both Nigerian governors.
Are they in America? They're in Nigeria here with us.
Excuse me. Deport to them and deport their children. Don't give them medical treatment. Let them, excuse me, the treatment, those medical treatment facilities in overseas, who built it? Is it not human being?
Then why can't they build it here?
What? That is it. When people like Trump begin to deny both to President Tinubu not to come to America, deny other governors not to come for treatment, if they start to do that, it will help them and for them to know, it will come to their memory and their senses that they need to come and build something here in Nigeria. A clear conscience fears no accusation because their way are not pure. That is why when they are sick, you see them running to oversee what is pursuing you.
Okay, let me ask you this last question. Mr. Ladewale is saying that the self-aggrandizing leadership will not want Nnamdi Kanu released. Do you agree with him?
Soludo have heard his own. Hope most of them have. This set of people are the enemy of mass Nnamdi Kanu that have been pressing button because they know that their influence, they will lose it once this man come out. Not that he will carry a gun. He has never carried a gun and he can never carry a gun. But he has a word to tell people will calm down, will stop so many things and reason with him. And all those, their egos will come down. That is why they are afraid. They are pressing buttons. Because the secret, many secret about all these Southeast imposed governors, most of their secret will be revealed.
Thank you so much for coming.
God bless you.
And like I said the other time, he was here preaching the word of God. He's an evangelist. He preaches. While preaching the word of God here, left his phone where he was charging it. People came there to steal his phone. And in that process, people have been helping. So you can, as well, if God touches your heart, to help him get a new phone. We know we are in Nigeria here. We know what we are facing. I know how much a phone costs. So if you can help him, we gladly appreciate you helping him get a new phone. But God bless you. Thanks for coming so much.
God bless you.
Let me have him.
God bless you.
Okay. So let me have Mr. Femi. I don't know why, but what is Mr. Femi and
I don't know what I buy.
Mr.
This is my
Mr.
American friend.
Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence, I'll be having two separate questions with you. You were not here yesterday. That's why I want to ask this question. But I'll be asking you from what Mr. Adewale is saying. Mr. Lawrence, the question comes forth. Do you think that the southeastern politicians in Nigeria are behind the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu?
Yeah. What is the Southeast governors? They are like firewood. When you want to cook food with firewood, know what to happen. You go gather the firewood together, put little kerosene and put fire. And the fire will start burning. When the fire start burning, you see the firewood, you will see the reduce small. What you do that, to make that fire go up, you will come push the firewood again. Make the thing rise up. The Southeast governor is like that firewood, to use them to achieve what Nigeria government and the British government want. Now, like what Soludo said, he said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu cannot bring anything in the Southeast. Now, why they start sit at home? It's because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that is number one. What my brother said that the main cabals we have in Anambra State before Mazen Nnamdi Kanu started. Like this Senator Oba, where die. We know what that man did in Anambra State. I'm in Anambra State that time. A sitting governor, a group of people will do it, kidnap.
Who was the governor that was kidnapped?
Ngige. Yes, kidnap Chris Ngige. When he's governor of Anambra State, a whole governor, denying seats. See, the man agree what they talk. Nah, and this man died. This current governor said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu cannot stop anything. No, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have the strength, the power to stop some certain things that happen in the Southeast. Number one, those business guys.
He said power. I'm sorry to cut short. He said power. Who gave him power?
Yes, you yourself.
He was not elected.
You yourself have a power. in your area you have a power, whether you are elected or not. There's a word they can say that millions of people will follow you. What did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu use? He used a word. Like me, I never see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu one-on-one. Because what the man said, I see that this man is a sincere person. And he have the heart as a leader. We make what? Millions of people like us do it, follow him. Life's going. And Soludo now saying, since the arrest Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in states, Anambra State have peace. Onitsha main market is the biggest market in Onitsha, in the whole southeast. A whole main market stop doing business every Monday. A whole Anambra State, because of one person, the government workers cannot go work on Monday.
Now, do you think that if he's released, I'm talking about Nnamdi Kanu, that those sit at home will stop and those security will stop? Do you think that?
If they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, one, sit at home will do it, you will off like fire, will quench like fire. There's some men will do it, they would like to park to listen our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let me use an example. When Jonathan is the vice president for Nigeria, when Yar'Adua is a president of Nigeria, you know what happened for Niger Delta? Yar'Adua sent Jonathan to go and meet his people. You know how many ammunition Niger Delta dropped time of Yar'Adua and Jonathan? Because those people know that this man have something to tell the nation and to tell them. And you see many of them drop. When Ngige be governor of Anambra State, my brother, before Ngige be governor of Anambra State, he cannot pass Anambra State by from 7 o'clock down. He can't enter night bus in Anambra State.
Why?
But immediately Ngige enter, Ngige know how to follow them. That state of people, he handle them carefully and use a good word for them. Do waiting. Anambra Road to do what? Open. People can come on it and buy market and go different places. Now, when the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say that if I come outside, this thing that happened in the southeast will do it too, will stop. Nobody challenge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at that moment. He said it is not outside, inside the court. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. He said they know anybody where. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say a word, they will not listen. It shows that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have a heart of people outside.
So let me go to Mr. Femi this morning. This is one chance. Phase 2 from the Loyoko from Aso Villa, Eko Iromo, Nigeria. Now, this man, Mr. Ladewale, is still online. He likes to say a message in Yoruba, and I tell you that I can read Yoruba very well. Mr. Femi, yesterday at the National Assembly, this is why I'm having him on Nnamdi Kanu and the other ones with that. Yesterday they were not online, but today we are here. Now, Mr. Femi, yesterday at the National Assembly we saw President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said that I'm presenting this budget to you as a leveled assembly. They corrected him, they said no. The 10th said yes. I know why I wrote 11, because it means that all of you have already been re-elected. And they clapped. End of the day, they stood up, they were singing, on your mandate we shall stand. What does that say? What does that mean to you as a Nigerian?
Well, when I was supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023, one of the things that I just know about him is that he play politics with almost everything. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu eats politically, he sleep politically, he dress politically, talk politically. Everything about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is about politics. So I will not be surprised if he says something like that. And I have known him for that one. It's one of his body language that he will do politics with everything.
promising all of them for re-election. Honestly speaking, I just see it as a political talk because we are going to do election. What is addressing House of Assembly member is not APC.
All of them were there.
All of them, they were there. So even if you have control over APC, will you have control over PDP, over all other party opposition that are there? Honestly speaking, it's just a political statement, and the man sometimes like to crack joke.
But Nigerians are not seeing it from that angle of joke. They're saying that, are you INEC that's going to promise people election?
That's what I'm saying, that is a political statement. And I just added that, even if he said that, it's just a joke to me. It sounds like a joke to me because you have to secure ticket of your party. You have to secure the ticket of your party. It's not addressing APC now. It's addressing House of Assembly that comprise APC, PDP, and some Labour Party. So even if he's saying that, maybe he's addressing his own APC member, not the House. Or if he's just saying that, he just throw it open. Because how can you guarantee tickets in PDP? You cannot guarantee tickets in PDP. You can only guarantee it in APC. So maybe he's addressing his own people. And like I said that, if I know, I saw Okocha here now. If Okocha is playing with this thing, kicking it, will I be surprised? Because he's a footballer. And I told you that I'm not surprised that Tinubu says such a thing because he's a politician and everything about him is he talk politically, eats politically, dress politically. So that kind of a thing is of no material to me.
So all of our viewers, we love you, we appreciate you, and we love what you are doing. But if you try and click on the like buttons there, just click that like buttons and share. Others will come in, and then you are dropping your comment, which is very good. Drop your comment. Let us have an interactive section. Let us go to the. Let us. What
Please, maybe you are going to where I want to go. I want to talk about the calamity that happened at Ibadan.
Yes, it's a very sad incident yesterday in Ibadan. Because it's near to your home state, you are from Osun State. Yesterday in Ibadan, children were reportedly killed yesterday. Why did is it end of the year party or a particular party? But the organizers have been arrested by the Osun State government. What does that mean for Nigeria?
Honestly speaking, it's a very, very bad news and avoidable calamity. And this one prompted me to call for federal government and state government to please, maybe they should create an agency that will be in charge of this, or there will be a policy that will control this kind of a thing, so that when people want to give out, there will be a lay down rule. Maybe some people, maybe an agency you have to go and see that will help you organize that kind of a thing. What do you want to do? How many people do you want to give? I mean, so that maybe they first of all go and look at the venue. Look at it. Is it wide enough? Is it conducive? What are the measures you have put in place? On what platform do you want to invite people? How much do you want to share? Maybe they should advise you that don't gather people. If you want to share money or share money online, maybe through bank account. Ask for people bank account and share it. Maybe there's another way for people, because this is not the first time something like this happened. And it's very, very embarrassing and saddening. It has federal government itself wanted to do something like this happened. It happened during Abamoro when Jonathan was there. People died because they want to do job. It happened to the family of Bukola Saraki. They want to share something, Stampede. Something similar like that also happened recently in not the same Oyo, not this one. No, people killed themselves when they wanted to share at the compound of custom. That is government agency. Stampede happened. Let people that have understanding about this thing sit down and formulate policy, so there will be a guideline. When you want to do something, visit this office. They will give you advice. This is the best way to organize something like this. So there will be no, especially when it's come to you want to share something for people. Honestly speaking, the way Nigeria usually responds to awufu is very, very alarming. People may think that hey, there is hunger in the town. Tell me when there was no hunger in the town. When I was growing up, Nigeria has never been better. I've never seen a better Nigeria. I'm 40 plus.
When I was growing, I've told you, every day in our house, Ogini, you must drink Ogi and Akara. It's not that we don't, we're supposed to be eating something different, but it must be, it's going to be Ogi, because it was Ogi that was affordable. You drink Ogi in the morning, Gari in the afternoon, then maybe in the night, you eat Amala. But our 3 square meal, always, but anything called balance, maybe we are balancing the diet unknowingly or knowingly. So I've never grown up to know a better Nigeria. It has always been hustle. Hustle upon hustling. So why do you want to kill yourself? Because somebody want to share 2 Indomie. Nigeria, honestly speaking, Nigeria immediately won't go to Mirano. That's Indomie, right? There will be problem. It's a bad spirit of a wolf and begging.
But don't you think that see, they said a beggar may or has no choice. Don't you think that the high level of poverty, of suffering, like we said, this is Lagos, and we are close to Christmas. Look at how everywhere is.
What do you want? You are closing to Christmas. If you are closing to Christmas, what do you expect to be seen? If you, the street is bubbling. You see people. What do you want? You want to see bag of rice, so that people will be placing one bag of. Hey, I don't see anything wrong with. Okay, look at that shop. They are selling Christmas things. You want to buy? You go there. What do you expect? What do you want? I don't know what you want now. This is a busy environment. This is a normal environment. I don't know. It was during each government, they have their own policy. When Ambode or Jonathan, when you reach where they decorate area, you see what is happening. Go to Island, you see streets being decorated. Have you ever?
I must tell you that as of 10 years ago in Ogba, during Christmas period, we know what we see.
Like what?
I'm talking about bubbling people.
Yeah, the street is bubbling now. You can shoot your camera. What do you want another stampede here? Which bubbling are you looking for? Oh, do you want another stampede? Don't you see people run? Mr. Real One, let me tell you.
Okay, I have to ask you a question. How much do you think is one chicken now?
You have asked me this question one day. You said the chicken is 30,000. I said, do I want to buy food? What concerns me about that one? I don't bother myself with how much they sell chicken. No. Honestly speaking, if I can buy it, I buy. If I cannot afford it, I eat my mama. If I live here now, I will go to that place, buy 500 naira mama, cook my okra, use some chop pepper. I concern me. And the day God say I go chop chicken, I don't bother myself with all those kinds of things. So I will now, because of that one now, how much they are selling chicken now? Somebody will now say they want to share 3 derica of rice. I will be running there. Then I will be tap up.
But most people will run there.
That is it. That's what I'm saying. That's the impression. Mr. Real One, it is written in the Bible. Let the weak say, I'm strong. If you are hungry and you tell yourself, that spirit will stay. I challenge anybody that they want to share one rice and you run to that place or you send. Honestly speaking, Nigeria is an excuse. I've never known a better Nigeria where people have enough. We never have enough. No enough. When Jonathan was there, people were exchanging their paper with a bag of rice. That is the truth of the matter. When Jonathan was there, the bag of rice was 7,500. Ask me, how many bags did I buy that time? Can I afford it? When Jonathan was there, they are selling a live chicken, 2,000, 1,000. How many people was able to afford it? I'm telling you story of 30 years when we used Escoko to do Christmas. How much did they sell chicken that time? Were we able to afford it? But if God said tomorrow, I will buy cow to celebrate Christmas. People are still buying cow to celebrate Christmas. This one now, they will buy cow, they will buy ram. Ileya will come, they will buy ram and celebrate Christmas. So all this one, honestly speaking, I cannot, in the name of Nigeria is not good. Somebody want to share Indomie, then I will send my children there. Then they will tap upon me. Then forget about it.
But let me read some comments there. Then I'll let both of you go. Ọba ń parọ́, ìjọba ń parọ́, adájọ́ ń parọ́, ọmọ Nàìjíríà gàgà irọ́ ń parọ́ fún irọ́ ló bá tán. The king is lying, the government is lying, the judges or the judiciary are lying, Nigerians themselves are lying, and everybody is now lying to one another. That's what Mr. Ola Adewale is saying. So now we are closing. What do you want to see 2025 budget? Let's go.
Budget? Well, Nigeria budget. You see, today we have been hearing about budget. Budget is Kilo Kawaka budget. I don't eat with budget. people that budget concern, they should go and look at it. Like security, you said security receive, I mean, maybe the highest. Ordinarily, if not because Nigeria have a security, if there is no security, you cannot live. That food that you say is scarce. If there is no security, you will not be able to hit the small one that you say is available. So security is very, very important. Unfortunately, when we are spending money on it, not spending on it on the insecurity that we created by ourselves. Go and check America in their budget. They also spend on the security. But what they spend upon is that they increase their arsenal, they increase their weapon, so that there will be no any external war against them, or they'll be able to flex their muscle. That's what I expect. Not to be siphoning money. I mean, in the name of budget, and some people will be coming up every day, call themselves Lakurawa, Bakaruwa, or whatever they are calling themselves, and Nigeria will be spending money unnecessarily on avoidable insecurity that we create by ourselves.
Thank you so much, Mr. Femi. I've heard his opinion. Let me have you lastly before Mr. Raf comes in. Nigeria's budget have been presented. In 1 minute, what do you want to see, or what are your expectations on the budget that has been presented at National Assembly yesterday by President Ahmed Tinubu?
You know, I don't expect anything for Nigeria budget. What we are seeing there is, any budget they are doing there is, they are paddy there. Immediately the budget come outside, they will do it, they will share it among all of them. Wow, they didn't value the citizens of Nigerians. What they are doing, so anything can benefit themselves, it's not us. Like what happened now, they are sharing Indomie. Almost 30 children die. What are you talking about? The budget they are doing since how many years? What did that budget give us? Look at our road here, we don't have a good road. Look at water, we don't have a good water.
You agree with Rock and Roll, who said Nigeria has finished?
Who?
Mr. Rock and Roll, that's his name. He said Nigeria has finished. Nigeria has finished.
If he say Nigeria has finished, he still pity Nigeria. Nigeria is what? Gone.
Oh, Nigeria is gone?
Gone.
Oh, you are in Nigeria, yeah.
Yeah, we are here, but my brother, nothing is working in Nigeria. Look at millions of guys outside here. Like he had this, my brother said that last 10 years ago, Christmas time, is it how Christmas is supposed to be? My brother, be sincere. Before, by this time, many companies now, they are sharing one bag of rice for the workers, for the staff. Some 2 bags, some 3 bags. Today, do you see any workers that carry a bag of rice?
Okay, thank you so much for coming, sir. God bless you. Let me have Mr. Raf Tresvant here this morning. Mr. Raf, it's a lovely morning once again.
Thank you so much, everyone. Good morning, our highly cherished, esteemed viewers. We would like to say shout out to our, most revered, viewers. King Joe Oba, the King Joe Oba, we are saying good morning, compliment of the season. Thank you for watching. Mr. Akimola Supo, we are saying good morning, compliment of the season. Thank you for watching. Mr. Tunde Okafor, we are saying good morning, sir. You are one of our highly cherished viewers. Good morning, sir. Mr. Kano Abuba, one of our highly cherished viewers. Good morning, sir. Mami Nkechi Okaro from Ogidi. Good morning, ma. Thank you for watching. Mama Israel in America. Good morning, ma. Olasukomi is there. Sir, good morning. That one that wrote in Yoruba, you read. Oladiwale, good morning. Lawal, good morning. Taiwo Odunlade, good morning. Mr. Uzo, good morning. Jane Ogo, good morning to you. Brahimo Akombi, all of you, good morning. Ezenwa, good morning. Mr. Nwachuku Ike, Nwachuku Ikechuku, good morning. Ukwoji, we are throwing our salute across to you. Mwako Uzo Obiora, Obinwa, good morning. Desmond, you lost your mom. May her soul rest in peace. When you come to do the funeral Please be careful. May God guide and protect you. Good morning to you. G-Wagon, good morning to you. Mr. Efe, good morning to you. Falachade, good morning to you.
Rock and roll.
Rock and Roll, good morning to you. Abu, Stop and Chop, good morning to you guys. May God bless you all that are watching today. I say, if I forgot your name, Ojo Okwade, Professor Okwade, good morning to you. IK, good morning. IK, Brazil. IK, Australia, good morning to you. Then, Hope Iyamu, good morning to you guys. I think I should pause here so that most of our time will not be expended, greeting you guys. So, failure to greet you, you should actually know that I cannot remember all. So, stay watching.
So I Chief OJ. We greet you. We love all of you.
Yeah, hi Chief OJ. Yeah,
All of them. We love each and every all of our
of you
followers.
guys,
We love you. We appreciate you. We thank you for always standing by us. Like I said, it's an active session. Kindly drop your comments.
Good morning. Adeze, you're always there. Chimbonu, you're always there. Chimbonu, good morning. Modesty, Uche, good morning. These are my sisters in the USA. The US agent, good morning to you. Edmond Iyang, Udeme Iyang, good morning. Then Baba Kevin. Baba Kevo, we are staging our party. Oga Kevin, I don't think you've been informed. Oga Kevin is always...
Okay, Oga Kevin, maybe I have not commented. Our party will be streamed live on Sunday by 5 p.m. Still, we are to stream it live, but we are still receiving donations. If you want to donate, we are here, and we appreciate you. We love each and every one of you.
Then Hajia Halima is from Auchi, Edo State. Hajia Halima, good morning. Thank you for watching us. We're having our party. Hajia Halima, our party is coming on Wednesday, right?
On Sunday.
On Sunday.
2nd December.
Hajia Halima, we are throwing with the throwaway salute across to you. Lizzie Lewis. Elizabeth Lewis is from Belize. I'm greeting her. She's an Igbo woman.
So let's start this morning. We start here this morning. What do you have to say about the budget that was presented yesterday by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? And we saw, for example, we're talking about security. Security had been. We're talking about the money for security had been bought up, which is very good. But what do you want to see? 2025 budget in Nigeria. What do you want to see?
I have some people to throw away salute. I will talk on that. Then Chidi from South Africa, good morning. Udabala, my brother that lives in Cameroon, good morning to you all. Then Rewan, the budget you are talking about, I'm aware of how they read budgets every year in Nigeria. Budget is being read every 1st January. Since I was born, that first, as we're entering first, they read budget, and actually in those days, those budgets, those money budgeted for infrastructures, construction of road and many things, payment of salaries, were properly utilized. They make good use of it in those days. But this time around, we see a budget that was read in the House. After reading the budget, some persons started singing eye service song to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. On your mandate, we shall stand. Before Uncle, didn't we know that they stood with him?
I Chief OJ told you. He said, Raf is one of your wisest analysts, very intelligent. I will reach then, you go remember me. Then let's continue.
Thank you, sir. So, the budget we are talking about, in those days, after reading it, we see the money utilized. They paid teachers, they paid everybody, states paid their workers' salaries, the federal, their workers' salary, local government, and so on and so forth. But this time around, after reading this budget, I'm telling you that Makinde may not pay salary. Sanwo-Olu may not pay salary. Chukwuma Soludo, that won the Best Governor Award. I don't know what Chukwuma Soludo has done in Anambra State that warranted that incentive price he won. Soludo is not better than Alex Oti. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Truth should be told. What is it that Soludo did in Anambra State that gave him that kind of award? An incentive that he doesn't want. Soludo does not want that incentive. The Department of Executive organized that award because APC is in charge. The best governor of the Federation is Alex Oti, a man that turned around everything about infrastructure, developmental infrastructure in Abia State under 4 months of his election. Under 4 months, He outsmarted Theodoji. He did better than the so-called Ojus Okalu. He did better than Okeze Ikpeazu. What is it that we are doing in this country? Nigeria is a country where lies, falsehood, fake, injustice has been what? Enthroned. That is what we are doing. We respect falsehood, injustice, embezzlement, stealing. Alex Otti is the best governor. They abandon him because he's a governor in Abia State under Labour. They are giving it to Apuga. Ojukwu does not want Soludo to be the best governor. Ojukwu is dead, I know. His spirit is not happy. Soludo is not doing anything in Anambra State. The only thing that Soludo is doing is fighting hard to make sure that they fail to release Nnamdi Kanu. Soludo has picked microphone instead of giving them what? Thanks on what? Telling lies about him. Did you know what Soludo did? He deviated, digressed, saying all manner of rubbish against Nnamdi Kanu, that if Nnamdi Kanu comes out, there won't be peace in the southeast. How does he know? Is he God? Oga, you did not merit that award. The winner of the best governor of federation so far is Alex Otti, the man, the right choice made by the Abia people. And he turned around that state under 6 months. Oga, the budget read. Let me come back to the budget read. Oga, are they going to pay salary? Are you sure they're not going to pay? They're going to owe the university staffers, academic staffs. They're going to owe them again so that they will still go into strike. And our children, the university students, will stay at home 6 months, 7 months. The salary that should be paid must be from the budget read, but they're not going to do that. Oga, on your mandate, we just stand to steal the whole budget. That's why they are praising him there. They are praising him because they know that during disbursement, after disbursement, arrange pass, telling lies. People will be coming with ghost workers, ghost company. There are many ghost companies receiving contract award at FCT. The company does not exist. It exists on documents. That is how the whole money that will go to various constituencies in Nigeria projects will go down. At the end of the day, 2025, 2026, you will see another budget, 57.8 trillion. Oga, by the time APC finishes with Nigeria, we'll be reading budget in quadrillion. Quadrillion. From quadrillion, it will climb and be climbing until Jesus Christ comes. No achievement. On your mandate, that budget doesn't surprise me. It doesn't make me happy. It doesn't comfort me because I know that the whole road in Nigeria, federal road, will be what? Over deteriorated and dilapidated. Nothing should be done about it. So, why? Because they are there. On your mandate to stand. Who gave him the mandate? Did you give him mandate? Nobody gives him the mandate. On your mandate to stand. An administration that is based on illegitimacy. Who is giving good mandate that all the lawmakers should stand there? Akpabio-led senators, they are there to do what? Drain our public force. Pause.
So now, let me
mandate which has
let me read something personal. Then
budget that doesn't work.
I want to do something personal to you. Then
you need budget. You utilize the money properly. You don't read budget and start stealing the same budget you read. How do we develop? Where are we going from here?
Let me read something personal here. Then we say, ask last question, then we close. Mr. Sitoju said, tell Ralph, say, now big Charlie for Toronto, where they send Mike to them before. Okay. He now said, no worry. He now said that, no worry, I understand. I go reach you. Really one nice job. That means probably say that he's going to reach you through me. Okay. But then now this is the last question. Let's close here. Children were yesterday killed. Yesterday in Ibadan doing Stampede. During the end of year party, like many children came and they died. May they so rest in peace.
No, they were sharing food. It was a Stampede as a result of what Oni's wife, the royal family of Ibadan, doled out food for people, and the people gathered there in thousands, rushing food, ordinary food, maybe rice or indomie, and we saw how 32 children, see, The number they gave us was lie. It was 32. Died out of what? Rice. Indomie. Oh my God. I think Makinde, before I loved Makinde, Sheyi Makinde was a good governor I loved under PDP. Look at what is happening in Oyo State.
No, I'm coming. Now, let me say it here.
What is going
It
on?
is not Sheyi Makinde's fault. After the organized and the thing happened yesterday, immediately Sheyi Makinde has arrested the organizers of the event.
Okay, yeah, they have been arrested because they didn't properly manage it. How could you start sharing food? And you know what Nigerians are going through right now? People are dying of hunger, and if you bring out a bag of rice to distribute among large number of people without informing the security agents, people will die out of what? You know, a riotous stampede. And that was why those children died. They were, you know, stepped upon, marched upon. It was a stampede that killed those children. That is too bad of Nigerian society, that today in this part of the world, people are dying of hunger, dying of rotting food. That has been nothing. Food is nothing in the Western world today. Food is nothing in Ghana. Food is nothing in Southern Africa. Sea giant of Africa dying of hunger, which resulted to the stampede as a result of food rot in Ibadan. Oga, Makinde should not arrest somebody that come out with large hearts to give people, to feed people. It wasn't his fault. The police should be there. The man should have invited the security agents. Doesn't the man, the person that distribute the food, know that people are after food? Oga, it is a very, very sorry situation that people lost their life in Oyo State as a result of food rot.
Okay, so let me, God bless. Thanks for coming, Mr. Araf. Thanks you so much. Tomorrow I'll have you more. Let me have, we are closing. Let me have Mr. Christian. And maybe I want to have Akire on the World African Best Player of the Year award to Ademola Lookman. But good morning, sir, Mr.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Let us watch. We are rushing now.
We're rushing.
Okay, so no problem. Mr. Sitoju, Mr. Araf have left. But okay, no problem. I'll send a message to you then. I'll send you a private message then we go from there. But let us talk immediately on these little children that were killed yesterday in Ibadan. What do you think? Do you think that it's a lack of organization, or then or the organizers they were overwhelmed by the situation in Ibadan yesterday?
Well, I didn't really look at the reports, because normally an African man would say that they use them for ritual. Normally an African man, that's the mentality. She's an ex-wife of the Oni of Ife, and it's an incident, an unfortunate incident. I don't want to put sentiment to what happened there, because it's not something that is of national discourse. You understand? We have many children. See number of people kidnapped in Nigeria within 12 months. Children are there. And those that are kidnapped, even the Chibok girls that are still in custody. So those are the ones we need to. Those ones are, for me, they are not things that I want to look into. I don't see them as very, very important. But normally, Nigerians do things anyhow. Some people want to show themselves. Some elites want to show themselves. Instead of you to push for policies that will help the life of children, you want to come and show yourself. Because say you get money, you get prestige. Then you organize such an event. And look at it, then tag busy. So I don't really look at that as something that I want to discuss.
So, Mr. Christian, let's talk about the issue of budget here in Nigeria. Yesterday, we saw President Tinubu. He was presenting the budget yesterday at the House of Reps in Ibadan in a joint session with the Senate. Now, this is where it gets interesting. He was addressing them as the 11th house. Then somebody now called him to attention, other members, that it was a mistake. This is the 10th house. He now said, I know that it is the 10th house. I intentionally wrote 11 because all of you have been re-elected. Now, this has caused controversy and backlash in Nigeria. What do you think may have prompted Parliament to tell the National Assembly members that all of you have been re-elected?
You see, power no longer belongs to the people. This is just state capture for the president to say that you all, these are people that they are subject to the vote of their constituency. It is the vote of Nigerians that bring them in. Then one person just come one day. He was entering into the assembly. They were singing, "On your mandate we shall stand." That is number one, state capture. Number two, he told them that all of you have been elected. They were happy. Look at them, they were just rejoicing. That means your vote and my vote does not count. Whether you start from that tomorrow, Nigerians don't matter in the scheme of things in the country as we speak. It is the elites and their allies and their alliances and their personal interests that matter. You know, Tinubu, he knew what he was doing by mentioning 11th. He wanted to prove a point. It's just about themselves. Me, I don't envy any Nigerian at this point in time. Nigerians are one of the worst. I call them goats. You understand? You cannot protest. You cannot fight for your rights. Police will harass you. DSS will harass you. You are hungry. Nothing. There's nothing you can do to help yourself. You are on your own. You provide your light. You provide your road. Provide your security. You provide your water. Not even the subsidy that we are getting from the government, they remove it. Even the electricity subsidy, they remove it. They want to even bring tax bill to tax you again. Sit down on our life.
Mr. Sitoju said that Christian, another intelligent young man, just in Nigeria, young men of his tribe, what a shame. So Mr. Sitoju, thanks. This is part of the bigger family of the Flip TV, and is here whenever it's less busy, he comes, and which is very, very good. Mr. Christian, you are saying that Nigerians youth, or maybe Nigerians, may have been captured.
Of course.
Okay, now what is the way for?
Can you go and protest? Go and protest now. Is there any you that you are hungry? Number one, you never see food chop. Now you want to go protest. Usually, the middle class, they are the ones that sponsor protests. They have erased the middle class. The middle class are the ones that they can gather people. They can print banner. They can give some things to those protesters to protest. Now there's no more middle class. Middle class have the head up. It's only the rich and the poor, the higher class and the lower class. You understand? So as a Nigerian, is the worst thing to be a Nigerian under this APC regime. Somebody just comes here and say you are real. You know what it means? That's not democracy. And some APC mugus, APC, the man is a good man. He can play politics. Play politics to your own detriment, the detriment of your children. Politics is only favoring them. Him, after him now, his son go maybe governor, his wife, your lodger. You that you are supporting, what are you benefiting from the APC regime? You're supporting the man because of your Yoruba, your Hausa, or whatever, because he's your tribe or because he belongs to APC. What are you benefiting? Bag of rice now is 90,000. Every week, bag of rice increase 90,000. And people cannot afford. See, when you talk about at the verse, if you talk Nigeria. So
now, let's close with them. Gosola Akpabio said yesterday that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is turning Lagos and other cities into London. That the infrastructure in Nigeria is getting better. What do you have to say? You are closing with this.
Mr. Sitoji said that I know him. Now, the guy now is a Jagaban.
Okay.
So Mr. Sitoji, I know you. Representing. Yes. He's turning what? Tinubu is turning where? Lagos.
He said that, I'm talking about Gosola Akpabio said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is turning Lagos and Abuja into like a mini London. That things are now, infrastructure are now getting better under him in Nigeria. Do you agree with that statement? Okay. Talking about President Gosola Akpabio.
Okay, he's turning Lagos. No, he's not turning Lagos. He's turning Lagos Island, Lekki, and that side where the big men can afford. Ordinary Lagosian cannot afford anything there. Look at most of the investment in Lekki, and from there onwards, they are owned by foreigners. Foreigners, not even Lagosians, own most of the investment in Lekki. And whether than deep seaport or whether than island, he's turning those places for him and his people. And the elite, it's not for ordinary Lagosian. Most Lagosians, they push Ogun State now. They enter Ogun State. From Lagos, they enter Ogun State. Most Lagosians cannot afford Lagos, they are going to Ogun State. You are turning Lagos to a developed city that will not benefit the people. Small time now, so only will come build house. They will build house. House where you know if you rent. They will now put it on the news. He build so flat. Now then, inside their APC, whatever, WhatsApp group, a gang of people, now then go still afford the house. How many families can afford one bedroom flat? One bedroom flat is 350,000. No. One room self-contained is 350,000. How many families can afford 350,000? One room self-contained. A bedroom flat is almost 600,000-700,000. How many families can afford? Then somebody will say, I built houses here and there, and you call the house 5 million, and say I built it for the people. Whatever the current administration is doing is for themselves, not for Nigerians. And I pity Nigerians. They are the ones that are going to suffer. And those that are supporting because of tribe and religion they are going to suffer the more.
Okay. God bless you, Mr. Christian. Thanks for coming, and we appreciate you. Let me have Pastor Matthew.
Let me come now. Let me talk.
They talk tomorrow. Let me have Pastor Matthew. Pastor Matthew.
Let me talk first before my.
No. I'm looking at the time. Yeah. I know, Mr. Christian. I got your back. I'll send Christian number to you, Mr. Mr. Matthew. Let Matthew talk. Today, we are rushing. Okay, I'll give 5 minutes. Mr. Matthew, no talk. Mr. Matthew, stay with me. Let's talk about the budget. I want to rush it. Time is really against me. Mr. Matthew, yesterday at National Assembly, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I think he made a mistake. He said, here is the 11th assembly. And then we saw, for example, the people that said, no, it's state assembly. That said, okay, I intentionally wrote 11. It means that all of you will be re-elected. It has really caused controversy, Mr. Matthew. What do you have to say concerning this? Does it mean that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the new INEC, or what does it mean to you as an individual?
If it was a gaffe, it's understandable. But if it's written, it's questionable. Because the president have handlers who scrutinize every piece of information before it goes public. So if he was just speaking and he gaffe, it's understandable. But if it's written in a document, then it's questionable.
So, Mr. Sitoju, I will send you Christian number. That's not a problem. Let me talk about the fact that on Daily Trust this morning, 25 budget, Insecurity gets lion's share, gobs 14.5 trillion in 5 years. What do you have to say about that? Is that a good news for Nigerians that security is gobing the highest budget in the last 5 years in Nigeria?
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because one, security of life and property is one of the major areas of governance. Of course, this constitution is very clear that the welfare of Nigerians and their security shall be the primary purpose of governance. If at this stage, security is still taking that much, it means the government have not been able to address insecurity to a reasonable level. Because all the money you voted into to fight insecurity last year, if you recorded success, we should be seeing a reduction in the amount of money we are spending or we are expecting to spend to fight insecurity. And again, I think maybe the money we are seeing voted into to fight security, the money is not adequately and appropriately utilized. That is why we see insecurity not going down. And that is why we are seeing government budgeting more money to fight insecurity.
Bad news, scores of children feared dead in Ibadan Stampede. Parents demand release of corpses, organizers arrested. What do you have to say about this bad incident?
It's quite unfortunate, I must tell you. I think going forward, this is a big lesson. Because having an event that is attracting that number of children, the organizers ought to have put measures in place to forestall Stampede. I personally witnessed Stampede like twice in Lagos here. I understand that Stampede is not a child's play, it's not a joke. But hence it has happened, I think the right thing to do is to put measures in place to forestall a future occurrence. I understand that the organizers have been arrested, taken into custody. Prosecuting them will act as deterrent to others, if I must tell you.
Okay, Mr. Pastor, we are closing now because by tomorrow I'll be giving you more time, but we are in a rush here. Onions eat 250,000 naira per bag. Farmers, traders blame flooding and inflation.
Demand and supply is a natural phenomenon that determines price. It is not just restricted in Nigeria. So when you see the price of onions skyrocketing, it's a function of the fact that we don't have much of it in our economy. I think what that does is it should encourage people to farm more. There are so many areas of farming that could encourage large-scale production of onion. We understand that you can even use irrigation to farm during the season when you don't normally have rain. So I think it's a normal thing. You don't blame that on anything. It's purely because there is scarcity of it and the price is bound to rise. So when things happen, like it happened, the demand for it is not reducing. So I think what will happen is Nigerians, government, everybody hands should be on deck to synergize the best way to produce it to meet the demand of the people.
Federal government plans 13 trillion loan as Tinubu presents 49.7 trillion 2025 budget.
That is where National Assembly is failing us. Because for me, at this point, I think the National Assembly is supposed to halt the borrowing trend of this government. It's becoming outrageous. They're exposing our even generation unborn to debt, and it exposes the economy to volatility at the long run.
So lastly, if I let you go, you are from Delta State. What I'd like to bring something from Edo is that there was something like Bendel State before. That was Benin and Delta. So your state was part of Edo before. 18 Edo local government chairman forced suspension. Akwebolo others probe that they have been suspended by the House of Assembly. What does that mean for democracy if elected local government chairman have been suspended?
Don't forget that the tenure, the administration of local government is at the own and caprices of the state government through the House of Assembly. What he did was that he petitioned the the local government chairman to the House of Assembly in Edo State, who in turn suspended them. It was not the governor that suspended them directly, but then the reason behind it was that he ordered them to submit audited account of their respective local government for a period of time, which they declined, maybe for political reasons. But whenever I look at it, our system, the political system we are practicing, is subject to manipulation. We are not there yet.
So Mr. Sitojo commented, Matthew and that correct guy. So God bless you, Mr. Matthew. Thanks for coming. Let me have authentic for like 2 minutes then. I'll have Isiake for 5 minutes and I close. You are looking at the fact that, let me ask him, there's this question that came forth. So I want to ask. Let's go back to yesterday's topic on the fact that Charles Oludo said that the leading of Nnamdi Kanu may not bring peace to Southeast. Somebody is asking a question. Have you disarmed your political talks? Asking Soludo. What do you have to say about that?
Yes, it's a good question, because I see it that these governors they are there for their own selfish interests. They are there. All this mayhem that is happening in Southeast, they are the one forming it. Therefore, tagging Nnamdi Kanu as using it as a bait. You understand me now? If a governor of a state, chief security officer, #1 citizen, if he has nothing to do about the securing the life, the properties and life and the properties of the citizen, it's a failure. It's a failure. Let him go and first of all disarm the group that has formed. You understand me now? If you have disarmed the group that he has formed, then he will be then looking for peace.
So, Mr. Authentic, you're looking at the fact that you are saying that he should disarm the group that they formed. Are you going home this Christmas? It's a personal question.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Definitely.
Okay, then I'll be happy to have a report from you about what is happening in that side. Because people have been saying that Southeast, there's a lot of insecurity and it's not safe. Then the checkpoint in the Southeast, what do you think? Or why do you think that it is there? Do you think that it's securing your people or they're extorting money from you?
If you watch the checkpoint, that is why I say that the governors and the rest of them, all of them, the politicians there, they are just working for themselves. They are not for the citizens. You understand me now? Look at the checking points. If you are traveling just after Edo, from Edo to Delta, you start seeing the checking points. But from here, this Lagos down to Ondo State, you will not see any checking points.
Why is this so?
Hey, it's because the failure of the politicians, it's failure of the governors.
Of the Southeast.
Of the Southeast. We've been lamenting all this. You will move from here just one pole. You see, they will stop you, delay you for just 1 hour. You leave from here to Agege, you get like about four or five checking points. What for? And with all this mayhem is happening. Then is it not a failure from the part of the governors? Is it not a failure? With all these checking points, all this mayhem, they were still complaining and lamenting. Is it not a failure from them? We've been telling them about all these things. Why all these checking points for? They are delaying us. A journey that will take you for 2 hours will definitely take you for 6 hours. At times they will all of you will come down from motor, they will seize all your phones. They will start searching all your phones. What does that mean?
So, Mr. Authentic, I must let you go now. But after you come back, I wish you safe journey anytime you are going. But after you come back, I would like to have your own experience on that road. We hear different kind of things, but you that you are here, are going to tell us how it is on the roads of the Southeast. God bless you. We wish you Johnny Mercies. But then if you are here tomorrow, I'm still going to have you. God bless Mr. Attention. Let me have Mr. Akere, my last speaker. He's talking about football, which has really gave us a good news in Nigeria. Lookman is the African Footballer of the Year. He was voted as the African Footballer of the Year in Morocco, where he won it. What does that mean? I'm talking about Ademola Lookman, brought another glory to Nigeria. What does that mean for Nigerian football?
Fantastic. Proud to this time. Nigeria winning the African Footballer of the Year has always been difficult. After Kanu won it in 1999, Ikeba won in 1997. But we saw JJ. Yes, Yekini first won it. Amoni K2 won it in 1993. But after that time, we saw that it has been difficult for Nigerian players to win the African Footballer of the Year. JJ came close twice. Eto beat him in 2004. Miket also came close. Yature beating him. But Ademola has been fantastic for Atlanta. We've seen what he has done for Atlanta even last season. Even looking at what his performance during the AFCON qualifier for 2025, even in the league, in the domestic competition in Italy. But where he got that recognition was in the Europa League final, where he scored a hat-trick. And I think that put him in the limelight. And we saw him beating Akraf Hakimi of Morocco and PSG. Also Adriga of Ivory Coast. Was a tough competition against this set of players because they are fantastic players, but he was able to skate through. For this, I think Ademola Lookman can even do better than what he's doing now because he has the talent, he has the skill. But this is good for Nigeria as a whole because Osimhen won it last year, and now another Nigeria player is winning it in Ademola Lookman. So I think from here, I think this will motivate even the home-based player that we have. Ademola, we see what he did with Leicester City, but he's been consistent. But all along, I believe he can even still win more. He can still win more.
So finally, I'm letting you go now because I know you're a very busy man. Okay. But this is what do you want to see in Nigerian football? What are the steps that NFF should take? What are the things that you think? I mean, it's a training of coaches, and again, our local league. What do you want to see? We can't be running club football based on governor. I'm talking about potential sponsorship. What do you want to see about our local football that should at least bring in international glory like our musicians are doing and our foreign baseballers are doing?
First of all, I think our football should be prioritized. We've seen, Nigeria as a country, I don't think they take football serious or sports in general seriously but look at a country like England, in the UK, football is just like, I don't know how to even describe it now. It's a religion. I think that's the right word. It's a big business because with sports, it opens door for businesses like hotels, even people even selling different items like food and what have you. It creates job opportunities for people of that particular country, that particular location. So I think our football should be privatized. But we've seen few just like the owner of Kule Solami, the owner of Bet Naija, the owner of I think Raymond Stars, Raymond Star. Some people they even if late to find about as young football. But with our football being owned by the state government, I don't see our football going places because I think it should be privatized. I think we've seen private investments, but people like Glo have sponsored Nigeria Premier League severally, but I don't think they are getting what they should, at least in return. They should, business-wise, at least there should be a return in investment. We've even seen the Nigeria Premier League wanting to streamline matches, but with all this, I don't think it's working out, and there's no consistency, and that is consistency.
But do you think that people always agree that sports is what happens to the society? Okay. That Nigerian sport is not working because our society is not working. Yeah. That since there's corruption in ordinary Nigerian life.
So like looking at the northern part of Nigeria now, you cannot go there and say you want to play football, without free conscience. And at the same time, we read different story of referee, going to officiate games
and get beaten, because they're not supporting the home side, Another thing they should look at very closely is the security aspect. The security is something they should closely look at. You cannot be going to the players and the ref, officiating minister cannot go to. I would like put it as tough location, away ground, like the northern part of Nigeria. You'll be scared because of the bandits and even the own fans themselves. So they have their own. So I think one thing they should look at is the security level. They should look at the players. They don't get paid well enough, and when you're not paying them, they will start looking at other obscure leagues.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Nigerian players are playing in Afghanistan, Pakistan, different countries.
Uzbekistan playing in useless league, and some of them from story from Ifan Odeze, ex-Nigeria defender, was working in Brilla FM. He has said so many story of how players will go to all this obscure league, and some of them from there they won't start pushing drugs, because of the pressure, because their family expecting them to send something down, but they cannot meet up with what is expected of them. So I think our league now, we've heard even Godwin Agena, I think it was closely working with the defunct MFM. Yes, Sporting Lagos now. But he has come out and said different, things about Nigeria Premier League, even Charles and Azodo. We've seen people. But the truth is that if Nigeria League is to, rise to get to the point where we want it to get to, I think it should be privatized. The government should hand it over to private companies to push our league to the next level.
Okay, thanks so much, Mr. Akere. Is our sports correspondent. Now, finally, we are closing. Thanks for always staying with us. And as you are hearing us, our good mic is here. Our new mic is here. Oh, it was our former mic, but at least now it's working. And we appreciate you. We love you. Thanks for always staying with us. Mr. Asi told you, Mr. Akere's number will be sent to you. God bless you. Thanks for always staying with us. All our viewers, we appreciate you the same. The one that commented, the one that liked, and everyone that has always stood with us. God bless you. Like I said, this platform belongs to all Nigerians. Does not belong to any religion, does not belong to any tribe. So all Nigerians. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. And it's a lovely day. My Friday edition will be tomorrow. Stay with us. 8 a.m. we are here tomorrow morning for the Friday edition. God bless you. Bye, standards. Have a nice and lovely day.